Hello, this is ResilanBearcat, and welcome to our Apollo Let's Play series of Dyson Sphere Program. Welcome back. We are resuming our playthrough of Dyson Sphere with our Apollo playthrough, and we're going to be looking today. Now, in the last episode, I should say, well, just kind of stopping that and doing it over. In the last episode, we automated the production of steel. Now, first thing we're going to do is look at what we can do from a research standpoint. We increased our ability to produce research. So some of the things that we're going to look at here are some of the things that are still out here that of stuff that we can do. So we've got solar collection. We can now actually do the solar panels. Solar panels will require the glass items, so we're going to need that. We can't unlock this. We did unlock environmental modification. So the environmental modification allows us to do foundations, and that's going to be the primary focus of what we do today is unlock and start building foundations. We're going to need a bunch of foundations and some of the things that we do there. Other than that, we're going to kind of go through here and see what else we can unlock. This is just, we kind of go through and see what only takes blue cubes. We can do semiconductor materials. We'll throw that in there. We can't do deuterium. We can do basic chemical engineering. We'll do that. We don't really care what these things are because we're in what order they're in here. We can do the energy matrix. We can't do that, so those are the things that we can do from here, and that'll actually do it until we can get to the red. Now let's go over here. We can do universe exploration, so we will do that. And in fact, let's reverse that. Let's do universe exploration first. We can't do anything there. We can do inventory capacity, and I thought we had already done that. Now that we have steel, we can do inventory capacity. So we'll do, and we're going to do it first. Then we will do this. Communication control we can't do. We can do this, mass construction, so we will go ahead and do it just since we can. Like I said, we're just throwing anything in we can do. All the items down here require other things, so we'll go back to the technology tree and kind of go back through right quick on the things that we can do. High efficiency, yeah, we can't do anything up there. All right, very good. Semiconductors we can do. Basic chemical engineering we can do. The energy matrix. Okay, and I believe that's everything that we can do. No, we can do applied superconductor. Now, I'll be glad when we can do hydrogen fuel rods, and that'll come in once we can do the red cubes. This will be one of the first things we will do is hydrogen fuel rods. That way we can do and make the items that we need for that. So that'll be something coming up pretty soon. But that kind of fills up our queue, and now we're going to need to grab some of these. And in order to get this going, we need 120 of the things here. So we'll use inventory items again. And we are short a few circuit boards. So let's grab a few circuit boards. Too far away to operate. All right. And we will grab an entire stack of those. There we go. We have circuit boards, we have steel. Now the other thing we wanted to do was be able to build some items that we needed to do coming out of here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to back this right here up one. I'm going to take my belt and we're going to come out one more here and then bring this right through here. And we're going to bring this over here like this. And part of the reason we're doing this is just to bring it down to here. Because we want to come to right here with that. And I want to move this facility here over here. So we'll do a storage right here. And then as far as the items go, we will, in fact, I'm only going to put 2 of those in there. Okay. Although I've got 3 of them in other places, so I guess I will do 3 of them. Have them all come in there. All right, we'll let that fill up. Now what we are going to do is Now watch this. I am going to destruct this. We got all kind of stuff falling to the ground. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to come right over here and we will transfer all of that item over there. So we got more inventory. We got another row of inventory. See, just about the time we do that. So we pick up all the items there. Come right over here. I don't want those things in there. I think I erased them all. Whoops. Wrong button. Well, okay. Not the end of the world. Was not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. So we've got the steel coming down through here. Now that belt is not full, and I would have thought the belt was going to be full, but maybe not. Let's see what we've got going on here. I just want to check the production. Everything's running. And this is producing 20 per minute. So yeah, that's not going to be enough to fill up a belt. This is coming in here. We're bringing in the... so those are actually producing 60 per minute. That's coming in here and it's consuming all of those. Backing up, so we're good. Well, that's just, we may have produced some more constructors on that at some point in time. It seems to me like we need more than one of these for each one of these that we have. And that's kind of an interesting theory, if that is the case. We could potentially be producing more steel. We seem to be backing up. Although this line is running at 100, it's not backing this line up. This line is, we're consuming all of that. So it's outputting it. Yep. So the line is staying productive. Nothing's backing up on this line. Everything's getting used here. So I think we're using all of our iron. Okay, very good. So now we move over to, let's move right over here on the other side of this. And what I want to do here is we want to build, and we've got a little bit of area right here. We want to actually build some items in here. So I want to bring this in just as, we'll build it in right here. And we are going to bring this right on down the line here. That's the steel that comes in. So we're going to need steel and concrete there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a storage unit right here. And we are going to then take this into here. And I am going to take this just like that right there. And what we're going to do is do something that I've done in other places. We're going to take this, whoops, I'm going to take this and connect this up just like that right there. That way that works as a buffer. If the buffer's full, it comes out of there, everything's fine. Now, with this now, what we do is we've got the item coming in there. We need concrete. And we need a foundation. It's right down here in the corner. So we need concrete. And so this requires 3 concrete and 1 steel beam, and it makes it per second. So it's going to require a lot of concrete. We may have to actually increase our production of concrete. So this will do 3 trips per second. So this is the first place we're going to need one of those, because we do need that. So we won't need that. Now we're going to need some power. We'll bring this right over here. And believe it or not, that just does not fit. Won't come all of this. That'll cover everything. Let's bring it over here. Like that. There we go. So that is running. And then we're going to need... How many of these things does it produce per second? 45. So 45 is going to be, I believe... Let's see what this is. Let's bring this across. Let's see if it... It's going to be 0.75 trips per second. I believe that'll keep it. Let's see if it does. And we'll go ahead and take this out and then see if it's filling up. I believe the 0.75 will do the 45 and keep everything moving. I think the ratio is perfect, and it is. So that is filling up. It's pulling off the concrete very well. There we go. So we are making concrete foundations. Now, we need lots of foundations, but I am going to limit this right now. We're going to limit that to 10 stacks, and we're going to limit this to 10 stacks as well. I said I wasn't going to, but I am. I'm going to do 10 stacks of that, 10 stacks of that. There we go. We have foundations, and foundations are going to be very useful to us. Okay, so let's go over here. Now we need to go empty some things out of our inventory. We've got the blue matrices that are producing again. Right over here, I've got a box of stuff that has just random items in it. And I am going to come over here and put some more items in here that I just don't want to be carrying around right now. I don't really need to be carrying the coal around. I don't need the stone. We got some titanium ore. That's nice. I've got some silicon ore. I really don't need the copper or the iron ore anymore. I need to find somewhere to put that. That'll be a good item to find a place to put it. I also don't really need to carry the iron and copper ingots around anymore. I guess I'll still carry those. We've increased our research facilities with our blueprints, so we're doing well there. Everything's looking good. We've got the ability to create solar panels, but we're going to have to go to another planet before we actually really start making solar panels. That'll be something that we do on another on a different episode than this one. So right now I'm just making sure I've got my inventory cleared out a little bit. Just some of the stuff that I just don't need. I'm gonna throw some of these raw ores into a box. In fact, I tell you what, we should have a box where we can put those raw ore and use those up. Now we'll come up here into, let's see. Let's get up here. Iron veins, there's our steel. There's our factory. Okay. So what we're going to do here is this has the ability to empty out. Of course, it is not emptying it out because we're not burning enough of this stuff. I think I need more production. Yeah, that's in there. So let's see. Let's put another row of these thermal plants. Do I have any of them in my inventory? I've got one. I need more. So let's go get some more. As it is dark again, I'd be curious to know what the day-night cycle here is. Let's take that out and get that out of the way. All right. Very good. And we will... When we'll have those in my inventory, I might as well have a stack of them. There we go. Now I've got other things right now that I don't have built up, so we can extend that out and build some more onto that at some point in time. We've got our let's see. The transfer is not working fast enough, it looks like, because two of those are not actually working. It's producing plenty of them, but the transfer is not working, which would tell me that we got 10 here. We're producing stuff. Well, no, it seems to be. I don't see any extras. They're all getting. Oh, I'm just not producing enough. So this is burning them. Basic science. So I don't need all three of these, I guess. Is that right? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure out the ratios on this. It is a very interesting thing to me because some of those were yellow. There's the research result. Now we got semiconductors. So we're about to finish up what we can do with our blue items, and that's going to be a good thing. So we're going back over here now that we've got the power. We're going to get some more power. I think we're pretty good on power right now, but we've got the coal coming out of there. And I've got it set to empty the box, and it's not emptying the box, which means we're not burning anywhere near all that we're producing. So I'm going to bring this on down here like this. And then we will do our power. And we're going to come in here with a whole nother set of these. Let's see. We'll put 3 of those in like that right there. And then we will connect these up. It's not wanting to connect. Too close? Why is it too close? The one down below it is not too close. So this is the issue with running them like I'm doing here with this being north, east-west. I should be running them on the other orientation. And I'm going to change that because otherwise it's just going to drive me insane. So you can see there it says that those things are too close, right? And that is an issue. So what we're going to do is we are instead going to turn around here and change the orientation of these things. So we'll turn it around like this, and we'll put them in here like this with, I'm going to put 3 here on this, and I'll run it up here like that. So we'll run it that way right there. We'll leave a little bit more room in here. See how that clips like that? I mean, you run into that when you get up further north. The further north you get, the more that's an issue. It's not an issue down below in this, in the equatorial range, but when you get up into the polar ranges, that becomes more of an issue. And so we're solving that problem by having the, where we're at. So we'll take an item in here, we'll take an item in here, and then we will connect this one to this one, this one to this one up to here, and that one up to there. So we've got all 6 of those powered up. They'll have fuel momentarily. We should get the items running. Now, with that being the case too, I can sever that right there. I don't need that running there. And let's see if that's still backing up or if it's burning them all now. I really think it's burning them all at this point in time. I believe we would find that it's burning the items if we were to look at it. This is still not emptying, which is kind of interesting to me. These are not running. That is because these items are full and it does not have the ability to run those. So we're really only running 3 of them here. So it might do better if I brought this in here, reversed this line, brought this in here, and gave myself some extra room here to work with. And I'm actually going to do that. It's going to, go ahead. I'll throw it on the ground. So what I'm going to do, okay, there we go. So now let's take the belt up to here and over to here. That's going to throw that in there. Drones are over doing their thing. There we go. And then I want to take the belt from this one. It's coming out there. And I want to just bring it in just like that right there. Okay. Oh, very good. And now I want to take the storage container. It will collide with another object. We'll put it right here. And I'm going to then take this into here and this out of here like that. Now I'm going to, see, I erased all the litter. I'm going to pick all of it up this time. Of course it won't, I can't pick it all up. We'll throw that in there and then we will pick up some more. Anything else that's over here, it's over behind that. Oh, just scattered coal out everywhere. Still picking up coal. Okay. And then we'll transfer that over there. Now I only want, we'll try to have 8 stacks of that. Maintain that, but that should empty out. Now what I can do in order to empty this becomes very useful. So I'm going to go up to 20 stacks of the graphite. Got plenty of space for it. And then we will also put some more power generation in here. Rotate that around to where we've got the items here so that it's in the same orientation. I have to move over one so that I have enough room, and we need foundation support there. You can only get 2 of them in there, so let's come up here. Now, environmental modification. let's go right there. And the nice thing about this is with the environmental modification, we can actually increase the size of this, or we can, with this particular square, or decrease the size of the square. There's things I can do about that. Right now I'm just going to put that in there like that. That way I can put my other factory in here that I want, and I want to rotate it around like this and put it in like that right there. Okay. Now with that in there, I've got plenty of production going down through here. Just the last two are not producing. Let's hook all this up. I've still got one more. Oh, I just erased the item. That's okay. We got rid of it. We'll just clear out the item that we don't need. Reclamation. You've laid a foundation. So we got there's a next milestone. So we've got a few milestones. We've got a milestone for a blueprint. That'll be coming up very soon. We'll start doing some things and making some blueprints. Whoops, I don't really want that. I want that right there. And we'll put that in there. Now we've got the everything's going in there. Now I should have we should start seeing no fuel, and we do. So what we want to do is put in some more of these constructors. In fact, I want to move them down a little bit, but let's do it this way. So we're coming in here and we're grabbing these arc smelters. We'll put that in just like that right there. And then we want to connect these things up. We'll grab that blueprint, put that in there, and we'll run our belt right there behind that, and then we will hook that up to the belt with the little constructors, or the little sorters I should say. So I've got the sorters in there, that's flowing. Now things are not getting down here to the ones down here at the bottom, and that's because of the amount of production that I have. Now this should be sending things out. Why is that sorter not sending anything out? Waiting to unload. It's not sending anything out because the belt is full. And I don't have Tech 2 belts yet. I don't have the Mark II belts. So right now, that's all I can do. So what I'm going to do is come back over here, stick that in there, and what we want to do is, I really want to remove this arc smelter here. It is still filling this belt up, and I think all of the power things are running. So that's interesting. So the burn rate of these things, so I am producing, now these three are not running. And that is anticipated. They're not running because they don't have resources. We may have resources later when we have better belts. We may have some additional things we do there, but right now that is an expected result. This is filling up, and we have all of these running, fully running. So what is the burn rate on these? It takes 10 seconds to burn one of these. So graphite. And we now have the ability to build red matrix cubes. So the red matrix cubes are going to require hydrogen and energized graphite, and that'll be one of the next things we work on, is doing some oil production and then producing the items that we need in order to produce red matrices. So we got plenty of graphite. Now I'm trying to figure out what the burn rate of these things are. Conversion rate 80%. It takes 10 seconds to burn one of them. And we have, these things are producing, it is taking 2 coal and 2 seconds to produce 1. So that's 1 every 2 seconds. So if I've got 6 of them, I'm producing 3 per second. And 3 per second, 1, 2, 3. I guess I could do an entire row of 10 of those to burn 1 per second, since the burn time is 10 seconds per. So I have way more energy production than I can put more of these things in here and still fill the box up. So we are going to put more of these in here. Of course, I can't do anything until I come over here and fill in some of the items here. So the foundation components here, I've only got 1 of them. But if I stick it in this spot right here, I can make it look to where it doesn't have that look. It has. See, I don't have enough of them. I've only got 1. It used 9. So I'm going to need more of the foundations, and we will end up using a lot of foundations. Now, is there any way for me to make that? Yeah, there's the dirt pile. So it's just kind of items that I have there. Veins restore. This mode, laying foundation can restore the buried veins. There can be no buildings there. So foundation, no decoration, or foundation decoration. So see, that looks like dirt, right? And you can just see it looks like regular dirt. That's what we're going to stay with here on the home planet. And I don't have enough foundations to do what I want to do. So I'm going to go get a few more foundations over here. So we've got our steel producing there. It looks like that's running. Oh, actually 3 of those are not running now. And that is because we've got 3 of these, some of these backed up and not running. Oh, it's not running because the line is backed up. So, okay. That's good to know. Right now we've got 1 of these producing foundations. And it's definitely using up. So I could be using more of these. Look at that, 768 of them already produced. I'm going to need a ton of these things. I'm seriously considering just building another one down here. Let's leave it for that for now. We'll go back over here and put up a little bit more power, and then that's going to be where we call this episode. We're just about done with our research that can be done with blue cubes. So in the next episode, we'll be doing oil power and trying to set up our process for oil refining. So we put that there. That gives us a nice clean base. So I love, once I get to this point in the game, I love that. Now we can come in here and take our power plant and rotate that around a couple times like that right there, and I can't go that close. I have to come here so that I have enough room. Throw that in there, and then we're going to connect all that up. And right now this will be grabbing everything that comes in there. Yeah, it's grabbing everything from the 2 of those at the moment, but it should fill that up here in a minute. And now we've got 12 power. So if we look at our power chart, we can see the power grid, we can see the veins distribution. I'll turn those back off. But if we look here at our map and we look at our power, you can see that our power production has went up. We're doing really good. We've got a generation capacity of 34.6 and we have a consumption of 14.2. So we can leave that running. We've got lots of room to expand, and we're going to leave it at that now quite some time. So that's going to be where we pick it up for next time. In the next episode, we're going to be focused on oil and where we're going to put our oil processing and start producing red cubes so that we can start building up and start unlocking things that we want on the red cubes. We do have additional items to make, and we'll talk about that next time. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is available, and check out the link shown here for more gameplay. Take care.